Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with your host, Kimberly Isis Thomas. Hey man, I am the editor-in-chief of IHearThatGirl.com, and I'm always so excited to share with you guys stories of influential, empowering Black women because that's the reality of Black womanhood. And so today, we have a very special guest. Chyna Bethley is a mother first and foremost. She's a wife. She is an entrepreneur. She is the creator of Rich University, and she's the Bitcoin baby. And we're going to talk to her about getting your money right, because everybody's talking about they want to get where the money reside, but look, you got to be educated about how to do it. And so I am extremely excited to have this conversation today because, on the site, Chyna, we're always talking about where Black women should be spending our money, how we should be saving our money, ways that we can grow our money. So to have you on today is extremely important, and it's a vital episode. So I hope that you are calling your girlfriends and like, hey girl, go on over to the YouTube channel because they got information for us that we need to hear on this episode. This is definitely it. So without further ado, I just want to jump into it with you, Chyna. Let's go. So I want to talk first of all, because one of the biggest things, one of the biggest issues I have, I see in the Black community is that of the self-limiting belief.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Look, we need to go there. The self-limiting belief in the Black community when it comes to money.
Yes.
And, I love my people. And I understand what kind of programming we're dealing with, right?
That's right.
I always tell my friends, my family, I always say, look, the reason that you find so much resistance when it comes to dreaming big is because we've always been told no.
Mm-hmm.
That other side never heard the word no. So they don't think that way.
That's right.
And it's all about deprogramming. And we have to, make sure that we correlate ourselves with the word yes. And with the word possible, with the word yes, you can. So that's why images like you are extremely important. And that's why I'm so hype about this episode.
Wow. That's amazing.
So I want to talk to you right now. Sister to sister, let's talk about, I've talked about my struggle with trying to, deprogram that. But I want to hear from you. What was the hardest or the toughest, issue you had to crack when it came to sharing this information? Because you got the key. The thing is, when it comes to sharing the information, what's the toughest or the most often question that you get resistance from with this?
Yeah, first of all, Kimberly, I just want to commend you for putting this program together and being so consistent and committed to getting the word out, having guests that come on to really speak to your audience, because I believe it's a huge part that we have to do and play in creating our own narratives and storylines for our community. And I encourage people that are watching now to make sure that you're doing your part, because Kimberly's doing her part, right? She's going out and she's attracting different people to come on that's experts in their subject matters, but now you got to do your part to share this information too. So to answer your question, Kimberly, the challenge is people seeing the results and still having doubt, people seeing the results and still being skeptical, people seeing the results and still scratching their head, because sometimes because of the programming, right? Sometimes what happens is psychologically, if I'm telling another Black girl who looks like me and identifies with me what's happening in my life, or they see what's happening in my life, sometimes they automatically assume something must not be right about it, because that self-image, they don't believe it could happen for them.
Yes.
And so sometimes if you were taught when you were young that money was evil, not the love of it, but money itself was evil.
Come on now.
To feel like, well, in order for that person to acquire dramatic wealth, then they must have done something wrong, illegal, or evil, which then pushes the opportunity away from you, because you're saying that, you're ethically not going to want to do anything wrong, illegal, or evil. So what you're saying is what God did for her, then I'm going to reject that, because I feel like something is wrong with it. So I think the biggest piece is the mindset and their belief that it actually can happen. For me, I don't let it stop me, because I know what my mission is. I know what my call is. I know what my assignment is. And I know that I must impact nations and generations around the world so that they can believe. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that is so key. It's like, we think first thing you hear, it's a scam. It got to be a scam, because there's no way.
Because they don't believe that. I remember when I first got in the industry, I'll be honest with you, I made my first million before 30 years old, and my family members and friends saw it. They watched it, and they still stood on the sideline. I'm family. They know what I represent, what I stand for. They know me. They know my parents. They know where I'm from. And they still stood on the sideline, watched it, and did not move because of the limiting beliefs and the doubts in their mind. And I'm thinking to myself that they don't even ask they don't even ask questions about it, because no matter what, they believe that something is wrong with it. We've brought in people that they know and respect on a platform who have credible names that would never align themselves with a scam, would never align themselves with something that was shaky or like the stuff that they signed up for. And the interesting thing, Kimberly, is that a lot of them went signed up for them scams. They went signed up for the suits and the circles and the flowers and whatever they want to call it. You done signed up for a legit scam. I've been in business for 11 years. You never asked me the right question. But the question they do ask is, can I borrow some money?
Right. This is so factual. And I hope you guys viewing this see that this is real. I know you hear either yourself or you hear somebody in what we saying, because this is real. Like, when we try to educate one another on ways to elevate, ways to come out of that oppression that we feel constantly, when we're trying to free you guys. Like, I understand, and I'm not dogging, I'm not down playing anybody's mindset. What I'm telling you is that I understand why the mindset's there.
Yes.
So we are trying to help break that. You don't have to be a slave to that mindset. You can be free. We're trying to give you the keys to your freedom right now. You have to listen, because it's so interesting. Like you said, you'll sign up for the other scam, for the real scam. But the thing that is freedom, you will not sign up for, because it just seems too impossible. It seems like something you've never imagined, because you were told was never yours. And because of that, it has to be a scam if she has it.
Right.
So y'all, we trying to break that. So let's talk about, I call 2020 the year. It was an amazing year. It was a necessary year.
It was an amazing year.
Look, 2020 sat some folks down and said, listen here, wake up. What Spike Lee movie, wake up. Like, that's what 2020 was.
Yes.
And you saw this moment where people were like, well,
I got to rethink some things.
Those traditional things that I thought was the only way aren't working. So I got to find another way. It kind of like sparked that the Black folks making something out of nothing energy.
We have that. We figure some stuff out. Now, we
way out of nowhere energy.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it opened those ears. It opened that awareness and that mindfulness for a lot of people to start hearing and understanding what you're saying.
Yes.
So let's talk about, generational wealth.
Yes.
And, we hear the buzzword.
Yeah.
But a lot of us don't know what generational wealth really means.
That's right.
And what I love about what you do at Rich University, cryptocurrency is the key to Black folks' generational wealth.
Girl, let me tell you, and we understand, and I think what's happening to so many of your points, I think what's happening is that if it sounds difficult, if it sounds, intimidating, we tend to kind of run to what's safe or what we believe is easy. And the truth is, this is the easiest thing that I've ever done before. It does sound intimidating. It does look intimidating. And I felt like everybody else that's watching, when I first heard about it, the difference is I still pushed in because I saw the results from other people that did not look like me. And I knew that they knew something that we did not know. And I thank God for him, what I call throwing me in the future. And now time is catching up because he needed me. Yeah, I felt like he threw me in the future.
Girl, you said something. You said something there.
Yes. Yes. And we got to be prepared for that, because I feel like he threw me in the future 5 years ago for the moment that we're in now. I feel like he threw me in the future 5 years ago so that I had the experience, I had the knowledge, and I would be able to articulate it at a level that was so simple for our people. Girl. And I'm so grateful I just answered the call. I'm just grateful I answered the call and I didn't keep it away.
I'm glad you did. Let's talk about 5 years ago. Let's talk about overcoming the odds, because I love
Yes.
that. I love that. The
Yes.
persistence, the perseverance of Black women is just amazing, and we have it as an innate ability. You were able to tap into all of that and come into what we have today. And let's talk about, you are a breast cancer survivor. Love that.
Praise God.
Blessings to you, girl. And I hear from women, because I also coach women, right? Accountability and confidence coaching. And I hear from women, and they're like, it's just so much going on in my life. I got the kids, and nobody's really there for me. Nobody has my back, and all these things. And I'm like, there are people with tons more on their plate. Like Chyna Bethley, who overcomes every odd that comes her way, and look at her. So I want you to talk to that viewer who feels like the burden is so heavy she can't see her way. How do I get that level of perseverance?
That's so good. I love what you said about a woman who feels like who has her back. One of the things that I train on in our VIP community, which is group coaching, and we hear from a lot of women about, is that, and even when I'm speaking and traveling around the world, they're like, women are there for everybody else. And usually what we do as women is we put ourselves to the back of the line. That's why you feel like nobody has your back, because you put you at the back when you put everybody in front of you. You put your job in front of you. You put your kids in front of you. You put your spouse in front of you. You put your family in front of you. You put your friends in front of you. And some of you may be like, well, that's insensitive. That's what I'm supposed to do. Now, wait a minute now. Now, listen here now. I don't know about all that right there. Now, listen. Equal opportunity relationship going on here. If I put myself at the back of the line, and that's how I treat me, then everybody else around me is going to treat me how I treat me. So you train people how to treat you based on how you treat you. So if you put you last, they're going to put you last. And then now you're going to feel like you have a deficit and nobody's pouring into you because you showed them how to treat you. And so what we do is really help to develop women. So I love what you're doing as it relates to helping them develop the confidence, and then strategy to say, wait a minute, it's okay for you while you got all this on your plate. If you got all this on your plate and you still hungry, you got to move some stuff around, baby. If you got all this on your plate and you still living check to check, we got to figure things out. If you got a heavy plate that's empty, something is off with that. So let's put some things on your plate, reconstruct it. You don't have to walk away from your job. You don't have to walk away from whatever you're doing, but let's make it make sense so that what's on your plate can feed you and the next generation. What's on my plate right now, it can feed me and generations to come. And so it's very important that you are wise about what is consuming your time and how you can reconstruct that so that it's beneficial for you and it's beneficial for your family.
Yes. And it's so easy to do, but we don't take the time to sit back and do just that. All right. Before we go deeper there, I want real quick, because we're talking about cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency for a lot of people is new. They don't know much about it. And they already know how to deal with the cash money that they had. Now you're talking about crypto. So can you, for the viewer, break it down, simple terms? This is what cryptocurrency is, and this is how it will save you.
Yeah, I love it. So cryptocurrency is basically a digital currency, digital money. Everything else that we're doing is digital. I remember a time, and this is the way I'm going to break it down. I literally dreamed about this last night. So I remember when the internet came about. I remember when 2000 was coming, and we could not fathom how this stuff was going to work. This net. The internet. In the beginning, it was like this web. Remember the web, the World Wide Web. What does it mean? How we couldn't imagine with paper checks. We couldn't imagine, even when I remember, listen, watch this. I want to show you a correlation. And I promise you, I dreamed about this last night.
Come on now.
The correlation is when we went from checks to debit cards. There was some resistance between checks and debit cards. We didn't really know what this debit card plastic thing was going to do. We wasn't excited about the change, but because they were already preparing us for a new financial reality, they knew that the checks wasn't going to work because you won't need those paper checks anymore. The debit cards was going to allow us to make transactions that we couldn't fathom. Here's the thing. We were never invited into the conversation.
Come on now.
We were never invited into the conversation. We thought it was okay for us to have an opinion. It didn't matter what our opinion was. This is the way the world was going to move. This was the way the things was going to be. And all we could do was follow suit.
Exactly.
So the way I correlate cryptocurrency to the web is soon and very soon, everybody's going to have a crypto wallet that's going to be given to them by their banks. You still won't fully understand what cryptocurrency is when your bank tell you that they're going to now give you a crypto wallet. The United States dollar has a United States cryptocurrency. So it's already preparing the people for something that it doesn't need their opinion or insight on. My goal is to make sure that we benefactors.
Yes.
I've been putting people on before Elon. Before Elon put in $1.5 billion for Tesla, a little black girl from New Orleans was telling her friends and family and community, you need to get this. You need to get on. And the ones who did, they're so grateful because they are building now that generational wealth. So cryptocurrency is the future of money. And now time is beginning to catch up. When I first got involved, you couldn't buy a car like Tesla or BMW with it. You couldn't buy coffee with it. You couldn't go to Lowe's with it. Now you're going to begin to see Bitcoin options when you go to check out.
Yeah.
You're going to begin to see this. So it's the future. So, you know, when I break it down to people, it's really simple. It's just that the mind of the masses haven't caught up to its simplicity. And so they can't fathom the future because they don't know that this is the internet of the financial world. That's what cryptocurrency is. That's what this blockchain. Look at the blockchain like you look at the World Wide Web.
Yep.
It's money. It's money. And if you could get in it now, and I think the biggest thing, Kimberly, is that a person sees Bitcoin who has done a little due diligence and they see that it's $50,000 a coin. And they're thinking, well, I don't have $50,000 to get that. And you don't need it. You can put in $5 a week. You can put in $10 a week and you don't have no commitment to do it every week. But if you saved $50 a week in US dollars and you saved that money for a year because you were getting married or you wanted to pay off some debt or you wanted to send your child to school, next year your money is going to be worth less. You still see the amount in the account, but the buying value is not worth the same. So now you save something that's depreciating. Whereas if you would have taken that same $50 and you would have saved it in Bitcoin specifically, you're not interested in doing and pulling out money throughout the year, right? But in a year, the potential that your money could grow at is astronomical. Citibank analysts are already preparing for Bitcoin to be at $300,000 by December of 2021.
This year, y'all. This year.
It's 50,000.
Come on now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's quadrupling. That's quadrupling its value now. So if you put that money in bit by bit, then you got a stake in there now. So when we excited because Bitcoin hit 60,000, you celebrating with us. When we excited because Bitcoin hit 70,000, you celebrating with us. 80,000, you 100,000. You got a reason to celebrate because your wealth is growing. So Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it's a form of money. And the beautiful thing about it, Kimberly, is that there's a technology behind it. Bitcoin solves a problem. It solves the main problem that we have. It solves the problem of inflation. So Bitcoin is a hedge of protection against inflation. And it is called the people's currency because it's decentralized. What does decentralized mean? Nobody owns it. That's the problem that's being had right now. See, when the internet started and was coming out, the biggest opposer was the newspaper because the newspaper had the most to lose.
Okay.
So the fear factor that a lot of people have about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is because the banks are not wanting you to do this before they do it because they got the most to lose.
Before they impose it on you.
Exactly. Look, they're gonna want you to do it when they benefit from you doing it.
Exactly.
But you don't need them to do it. And so they want you to be fearful about you doing that because they got the most to lose. You become your own bank. You become your own bank. It is amazing.
I love it. I love it. I hope y'all got that because she
Yeah.
just gave you a sermon. Because look, pass the plate around. The crypto plate.
I know that's what my shirt says. Pay me in Bitcoin, please. Okay, pay me in Bitcoin. You gonna pay me? Pay me in Bitcoin.
I love it. Now you have the new book, Bitcoin Baby, available,
Yes,
right? So how can you get the book?
So if you go to buybitcoinbaby.com, you can get the book. It's amazing. I really poured my heart into it. I made it very simple, 7 simple steps, baby steps that you can take for brand new investors to really dominate inside of this space. And it is so good. There's been so many reviews of people who read the book, didn't really know what to do. And I share my strategy and stories in it. I don't just provide resources as to what exchanges you can buy it on, and what do you need to do with it, and where do you need to store it. I also provide my strategy, long-term strategy. So I don't care if it's fluctuating up or down. That don't matter to me because I'm looking at when it's $1 million a coin. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. But my short-term strategy that allows me to live the lifestyle that I live, where I'm trading Bitcoin specifically inside of the foreign exchange market, where I get to make money off of the fluctuations up and down. And I get to pull that money out and buy whatever I want to buy. So we teach you the strategies. And I also have an investor academy that brings the book to life, that allows you to say, look, I want to do it, but I want to do it in the community. Just in case I mess up, then we have a community for you to do it with us. And it is absolutely amazing. So yes, you can go to buybitcoinbaby.com and get your book, baby, and get you some Bitcoin.
I love it. I love it. Last thing. The thing that I love about your platform and how you're giving this information is I see Chyna Bethley, I see cryptocurrency and Rich University as activism. I see that as your tool of activism. So can you talk to me about, the energy you bring behind freeing your people through cryptocurrency?
Absolutely. I feel like we've done a great job at marching. We've done a great job at protesting. We've done a great job at having town hall meetings and coming together for the collective of those who come together. But where's the economics in it?
Yeah.
Because until we do a great job at economics, we're going to always be looking for someone else to do something for us that we should be able to do ourselves. And so I believe that the economics has been a part that, where is that part? Because that is the solution. We cannot want to see our people progress in such a way without an economy of our own that we develop. And there's a cyclical system in place where the money is circulating amongst us for longer than 24 hours. We have to put ourselves in a position where we're not living as a collective paycheck to paycheck. So this needs to be extremely important at the top of the list in any conversation. What can we do? And this is the perfect time, Kimberly, because this is the new rules of money. This is the time to get in at the forefront of it, to become an early adopter. So what does that mean? It's going to take you to be courageous. You're going to have the confidence beyond the naysayers. You know how many naysayers I had in my ear that if I would have listened to? Every successful person you talk to had somebody telling them that they should not do the thing that they did that caused them to become who they are today. Amen. And so that's a part of the process. The process of success is that you're going to have people inside of your life that you call bae, that you call sis, that you call bro, that you call friend, that just won't see what God showed you. And you got to have the boldness and courage to still move forward toward that thing. And so being active right now and an early adopter right now is going to be very rewarding for the generational wealth that we talk about right now. So I am extremely active. I'm at the forefront of what we're doing right now inside of just making sure that Black wealth is established, normalizing this wealth conversation amongst our community.
Yes.
Nations and generations. Nations is the reach, and then generations is the reach back to getting people in position to what it is that we have. It works. It's phenomenal. And the thing about it, Kimberly, is when people see how simple it is in our platform, not doing it on their own, I can only imagine, but on our platform with the support that we provide, with the apps and the tools and the software, then they're like, wait a minute, this stuff is working on my job is harder than what I'm doing with this. You're literally pressing buttons. So you're going from old money to smart money. And we
Yes.
provide you in Rich University, which is a fintech company who my heart is for women of color and minorities, an opportunity to tap into smart money.
I absolutely love it. I love what you're doing.
Yes.
It's so needed. The key word she said was to normalize conversations about wealth amongst the Black community. That's right. So important. So important. That's why this interview is important. You know, the work you're doing is important. Everything. Like I love it. This is exactly why I do what I do. Even when I'm facing obstacles, I do what I do because somebody needs to see someone that looks like them say, this is easy. Let's be smart about our money. Let's not be, because I think we have this idea that, well, we know we have to work 10 times as hard to make up for, everything that was taken. But just because it's 10 times as hard, let your money work 10 times as hard. You don't have to do all that.
That's the key. Listen, you got kids on YouTube right now that get paid for playing with toys. It's honestly, the truth is, you said in the beginning of the call, we have to have the paradigm shift. Being illiterate in 2021 is not whether you can read or write, it's whether you can unlearn some things and relearn what's necessary. Because if you can't unlearn what you were taught and relearn what's necessary, you're going to be antiquated and irrelevant. That's why parents' children are not listening to them in these days and time. They're exposed to so much more. Mom, that didn't work for you, and you want me to go do what you did. And I see somebody doing something different, and you keep shutting me down. So then now they're going to still go out. You're going to call them rebellious, but then really you need to find a way to support their entrepreneurial ideas because it's 2021. And things are changing so fast. By the time you go get your degree, that career that you went to school for may not even be relevant.
Come on.
So now you got a piece of paper on the wall and you're not working in that field. How many people have that story but still want to force their kids to do something that maybe is not the best thing for them to do? And I'm up on education. I'm not down on it. I'm just even higher up in opportunity. It got to make sense. I want to learn from the person who's really doing it. Teach me from your experience, please, not from your curriculum.
Girl, listen, I could talk to you all night. I love it. I love you. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
To those who are watching, play this again. Share it with your friends.
Yes.
Put it in an email. I mean, put it on a blast. I don't care what you do, but you need to share this information because she is schooling you. And she's planting the seed in your mind to unlearn. To unlearn. Then once you get that seed planted, this is what you need to do. You need to head over to Rich University and start signing up. You need to buy Bitcoin, baby. You need to start reading because you got to feed. It's like with the farmer, you put a seed in the ground, you can't just walk away. You got to water it. You got to cultivate that land. You got to do all those things. She's giving you the tools to do it. And it may seem hard now, but you take that one step. The first step is watching this video. The second step is buying her book or signing up for a Rich University course, membership. It's all of this is how you cultivate the land for the seed to grow and prosper. And then next thing you know, you're like, now you the preacher. You the new Chyna Bethley.
Right, that's it. That's it. Because we need a lot of us. I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for doing this, Kimberly. I'm so grateful and honored that I had an opportunity to share this time with you here. And I love you. I love what you're doing. Happy Women's Month. Congratulations on all of your success, and continue to open up the door for so many more to be exposed.
Yes. All right. Well, she wrapped it up pretty doggone good there. All the information for you guys to follow Chyna will be available in the captions below. So make sure that you follow up with her and really soak up this information that she's giving. Until next time, guys, peace and blessings.